What a pleasure it is to be in Macomb, Oklahoma. I'm with our County Commissioner of District 2, Greg Rush. And Greg, what a beautiful area it is this time of year.
This is a very nice area that we have out here. A lot of flat farmlands, and it's really, uplifting to, be out in the fresh air and see our constituents where they live and how they live,
Well, and me being a city boy, I guess, in the bigger town in our county, I don't take the side roads all that often. I'm either on an interstate or maybe a state highway. And once you turn down old 59B, man, it's exactly right. It's like food for your spirit.
It is, very much so.
It's not always like that, though, for our county commissioners and the leaders of our county. And I know that, especially at times like this, after natural disasters, Greg, it's tough for a county commissioner. What's the biggest challenges that you have had in your short time now as commissioner?
Well, the biggest challenge we've had recently is balancing our budgets. It's a delicate item that we have to deal with day to day, but when we have severe floods like we've had in the recent last 6 weeks, that tears into our budget and sets us back 60 to 90 days. And it's just really tough. To get that point across to our constituents when they have a concern, they want their road fixed. We just have to work with them, and they have to, I want them to understand that where we're having to come from, we can't just fix everything when it's asked for. But most of it's our budget. It's a big balancing act.
Yeah. Balancing is a great word for that. I mean, because you basically set the money that you had to spend during this disaster. You're at the tail end of a budget year, so there's not a lot of pulling you can do from other places because everything's just kind of running dry. That's got to add to the frustration on your side, because I know how much you like to serve the public, and you like to hear thank yous, not I'm going to get yous.
Well, from our budget, our general government budget, it does end June the 30th of every year. So we do have to watch our money when we're coming up to the end of it. But our county funds, they carry over. We don't end June 30th. We just keep going day to day. So, but it's a balancing act. It's challenging every day. There's something different every day that comes up. And I've enjoyed every bit of it, but the public, they just don't see what we have to do, but.
Well, I understand, coming on board, one of your biggest goals was to get the roads throughout your district in better shape. There's a lot of opportunities going on for you as commissioner in your district. Why don't you share some of those? What opportunities excite you moving into the future, Greg?
Oh, I love to see our community grow, and if I can come in and help with any of the roads or any of the improvements that we can do for their entries to their properties, whatever the law allows us to do. I love working with people. I have all my life in my personal business, and I love to see our county grow. And I want our families in our community to be proud of what we have here. And to raise our families, raise our kids here. And I'm just like everybody else. I live in the county, and I hope my kids stay around here too.
Oh boy, I do too. That's so thought-filled in my own heart. But you touch on something, your personal business, you've got a life outside of government that you've lived all the way. And I think your business is what, third generation now, maybe going into fourth? Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's my grandparents started this business in 1958, and we've continued to it. Now we have my youngest son is continuing in the business, and several other family members, but it's fourth generation, going on, close to 70 years now.
That is crazy. I've got a goal for 50. I'm chasing you, man. Yeah. That's what I'm doing. Just pull me along, please. Yeah. But you talk about family. When we talk about the different districts, there are 3 districts within the county, and your area here in District 2 surrounds Macomb, and you can tell us the boundaries if you want, but I really want to go towards the family aspect. It's really a team effort. for you. Talk a little bit about your staff and how important they are to get done what needs to get done for District 2.
You know, a commissioner, he's as good as his staff is. I mean, they are your backbone and your support. But we have a great team here. We got a great office manager, Shelby. She stays on top of things and keeps me on top of things. And then I do have a personal assistant, Angela. She's the same way. She's super great. She does all my scheduling. She does all of our grants. And these two ladies work very well with our drivers, our operators, all of the other employees. Everybody communicates well here. We don't have any distractions. I mean, everybody gets along great.
Yeah.
And I am very proud of my team, from the office personnel plumb down to my operators and my truck drivers. Everybody works really well, and we've been able to accomplish a lot since the 2 years I've been in office.
Well, I want you to touch on that. I mean, let's brag on them a little bit.
Yeah.
What kind of accomplishments have you been able to accomplish since being in office?
Well, just our safety program. When I come in office, there was very little safety organization. We have 2 safety meetings a year now, and we go through anywhere from operating each piece of equipment to, or standing on a road running traffic detail, or shop safety. You know, I mean, we go over everything, and that's something that we have made better since I've come in office. I've been able to buy more equipment with some of the funding through ARPA, which is American Rescue Plan Act. We were able to buy some more equipment, which helps us work on the roads. We bought several new trucks. We bought several new excavators, skid steers, and that's really helped us out. And that makes our guys feel better when they can go out there and get on a piece of equipment and don't have to work on it to use it.
Yeah. I can relate to that.
Our equipment's up to shape, really good shape, and they can go out there and get after it. And they really appreciate that when they can operate a nice piece of equipment, you know.
Well, so you touch on 2 things really there. First, I want to go back to the safety. When you talk about safety, you kind of directed it towards just your people, but when you're training your people on safety, you're keeping all the county residents safe. Meaning, there's a lot of things that are happening around the roads and around properties that people could get hurt.
Yes, yeah. Our signage is another thing, and that's helped keep the people safe on the roads. If we get our signs put out, say if we got a damaged spot on the road or the road's closed, we try to train our guys to put their signs out when they're grading the road or when they're doing the brush hog mowing of the roadways,
or when they're damaged and people need to know.
When they're damaged, we got a culvert pipe washed out or a bridge that's turning loose at the corner or something, we have to put a sign out. So we try to communicate that as much as we can from our employees to the constituents, people that are traveling the roads.
Well, that was something else you touched on in the sense of your equipment and being bigger and newer. Man, something else you implemented was you brought field trips down here too now to educate the kids on what you do at the barn. How do they like that new equipment?
We've had several groups down here, especially from Macomb schools. They love the equipment. We nicknamed some of our equipments. We've got a large excavator and we call it Bertha. And the kids really liked that when we said, we're going to show you what Bertha is, and it's a large excavator. So, but the kids really enjoy coming down, and we did several games with them, and they had to sit down and answer questions because we give them a lot of information, how we operate our district barns, what we do here, how we do it, and they really enjoyed it. And then we've also had some other programs at the county level, at the courthouse administration building, where we had multiple schools come in and got to visit all of our elected officials' offices and how we operate and what we do. We got to educate our young people to keep them, that's our investment.
Yeah.
We're going to invest in our young people because they're going to take our place one day.
Yeah. And we need to familiarize them, don't we?
They need to know how we operate.
And I want to take this opportunity that maybe your school hasn't visited, just contact Angela down here or Shelby down here at the barn and get something scheduled.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun to come to this barn and actually see how your county government works. And Greg, that dovetails right into, I know you and I have talked, and you really love what you do. How appreciative are you of your constituents just electing you and allowing you to do this?
Well, I appreciate all my supporters, and I always want to say thank you for letting me represent you as your commissioner. I enjoy visiting with you. Even if you're upset about something or we have a disagreement, I respect your concerns, but I also ask for your respect from my end of it. But I've enjoyed every minute of the last 2 years that I've been in this position, and I just thank everyone, that has supported us.
Well, one of the most humble and amicable guys that I've met, Greg Rush. I appreciate you taking the time. I hope that all of us appreciate you taking the time to help us to learn a little bit more about District 2, your barn, your people, and your situation here as one of 3 county commissioners.
Well, I appreciate you guys coming out and doing this and helping us educate the public. And I encourage all the schools. We have... golly, we got McLeod schools, we got Dale schools, Bethel schools, Tecumseh schools, One Ant schools, Macomb schools, just, in my district. And I encourage any one of those schools, reach out to us, or we may reach out to you one of these days and say, hey, we've got this available. We'd like for you all to be involved and bring some of your students.
Bring the kids and the parents and have some fun when you come down and meet Bertha.
Yeah.
Greg Rush, thank you, man.
You bet. Thank you, Daniel.